Yes, we are live. Good morning. Yes, yes, you're a good God. Laptop lifestyle.
You already know.
Yes, it's a mentality. Greatness is built. Good, come on, greatness is a build. Greatness is ha ha. Let's go. Hey, come on, family.
I love
Hey,
it.
you got it if you want it. Come on, get it if you want it. Go get it if you want it now. Hey, come on.
That kind of give you a
Thank
feel
you for
good
tuning
feeling,
in to
don't
It's
it?
a Mentality. Greatness is built with your girl. It's the great motivator, invading your frequency. What? Let's go. Hey, perfect song for my perfect guest. That's what I like. That's what I like. Hey, listen. That song is
Listen.
for you. That song, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Your energy is grand.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Welcome everyone to It's a Mentality Greatness is Built. I am so glad and honored for all of you to be tuning in. My name is Nicole, the Great Motivator. I invade your frequency with the truth. I'm a mentor, astute mentor. I cognitively provide potency, the ability and capacity to effectively assess situations on people and turn it into a greater result for you. It's an honor to have Laptop lifestyle in the building, Kesha Tucker. I just wanted, I have to say this because this is my sis. And when your sister's with someone, when you guys can go through something and come back and still love the same. So y'all don't
Always.
understand what bonding is. So
Always.
I don't want to get all into that yet. I want to shine a light on you and what you do, because we here to free these entrepreneurs in a season of pandemic. You hear me? Because they're
Right.
sometimes it's disappointment, hopelessness sets in,
Right.
and we kind of give up on ourselves. So I'm going to let you take over, introduce yourself, and tell the people about you and what you do.
Oh man, sis, first and foremost, to wake up to so much synergy, so much energy, so much love, so much fun. I can always say that you're always that sis for me. So I'm definitely
Oh,
honored to
thank
be
you.
here.
I love
It's
you.
definitely a privilege to be here. Always, you know me, I'm so gung-ho about queens shining, kings growing. So I would have never passed up an opportunity to get on here and kind of give you a little bit of what I have, kind of intake a little bit of what you have, and let's see if we can
Mm,
grow. You know what I'm saying? So
amen.
definitely, yes, you are correct. My name is Kesha. How you doing, everybody? And yes, I am the owner of Laptop Lifestyle, as well as Modern MILF Moms into Loving Fitness, fitness gear that's getting ready to launch. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And so I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. These are things that I love to do. I love building companies. I love working with individuals that have dreams and goals. I love getting out there and taking an idea and putting an idea and watching the idea unfold. These are just things that I feel I was born to do. So, pretty much, it's crazy because, yes, this is the first time I've ever been through a pandemic. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's an extreme eye opener. And I tell
Yeah.
a lot of people, I say, wow, because you go around and in your life, are you ever going to tell yourself that you don't feel essential? Are you ever going to tell yourself
Woo!
that you're not worthy? Are you ever going to tell yourself that you're not important? So imagine a pandemic coming along and you're walking around thinking, I'm so essential. I don't even need to have any backup plans. And boom, somebody tells you, no, sis, you really ain't that essential. And then all of a sudden the income stops, and that's kind of where we are right now, with a lot of things that are going on. A lot of us who felt essential feel a real not essential right about now,
Right.
and it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm glad that you have this right here. I'm gonna let you lead me to where exactly you want me to go with this, because I always got a lot to pour in. But yeah, that's where we're at right now, sis. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to
No,
pour.
but you know what? You said something that was so that I didn't even think of. Okay,
Mhm.
and I'm supposed to be the mastermind queen. Hello, I didn't even think of it. Good morning. You said all at one point when we're always feeling essential, all of a sudden in this short season, you're no longer feeling essential.
Right.
That's deep. I don't think we looked at it that way.
Right.
I want you to expound upon that in regards to it being very humbling. Talk about that with the psyche, because I don't think some people really put 1 and 1 to equal 2. That I'm not feeling a, you get where I'm coming from? So I
Yeah, I
want
see
you
what
to
you're
make
saying.
1 and 1 equal 2 for them.
Right, right. So a lot, yeah, like I say, a lot of us, we dive into things that we feel correlate with us, things that make us happy. And I always tell a lot of people, I say, don't go out and just do something for a paycheck. Do something that you love to do. There's a different type of thing when you're doing something that you love to do. But however, when you're approaching a job, if you've never been through a pandemic, then you don't know if extreme measures like this happen. Is this job that I love to do so much going to hold me down in case of an extreme emergency? Be very honest. Now we're thinking about that. But before this pandemic happened, that's not something you were thinking about. Nobody goes into even a love, a relationship. Nobody goes into a friendship. Nobody, especially walks into a job and say, you know what? Man, this was the most non-essential job I found popping, and I've just got to be here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thinks that. So every time you dive into an opportunity, the first thing in your mind is, wow, this is essential. Why is it essential? Because you look at yourself as being important. You look at yourself as being needed. You look at yourself as, this skill I have. You're lucky that I'm willing to pour my skill into this, and I'm willing to go ahead and help you grow this. So you're looking at yourself as being an essential factor at all times, until, of course, now the world has shut down. So now, how does the world look at you? How does that employer look at you? That if you
Wow.
wake up and that alarm doesn't go off on time and you got to be at work in 15 minutes, you're willing to sacrifice yourself. Hey, let me not get up. Let me hurry up and rush and put on some clothes, and let me rush to this job so I'm not late. So this same person that you put your family on the back burner for, that you put yourself on the back burner for, that sometimes you may not get to take a vacation with your family for, is now telling you, I'm sorry, you're not that essential to me. So now mentally, you're sitting there and you're like, all these sacrifices I've made, all my time I've given. My kids are now 4 to 5 years older. Some of us have been in our jobs 20 years. Some of us have
Right.
been in our jobs 10 or 15 years. Your kids look a lot different now than when you started. So now you've
Right.
sacrificed all this essential time, essential
Mm.
time with your family, essential time to love them, essential time to see them grow, for somebody who now considers you as non-essential. So now
Mm.
imagine how you wake up, and just like in a love relationship, man, I love this man. I love this woman. This is the relationship of my life. Then the next day you wake up and that person, boom, is gone. I don't love you the same way
Right.
I used to love you. How do you feel? That same broken feeling is now like, how am I going to take care of my family? When this friend over here that I seen was out here and they were, man, get in this business. Hey, let me have you started. And I'm just like, man, they're all over the place. Now that business that person started look very nice right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, now what do you do? Because this was not something we were led into. This was something that was abruptly sat on our lap and told, yo, the
Amen.
world has to shut down. So now you have to
Right.
take feelings, and not only is the world on pause, now you're stuck feeling non-essential by yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
Come
now it's
through.
like, what do you do? So that's kind of
Amen.
like where we're at right now. It's like, it's a real eye-opener. And some of us who, as I stated, I'm a serial entrepreneur. So when the pandemic happened for myself and a lot of other
Mhm.
friends that I surround myself who are also entrepreneurs, for us it was just like, oh wow, the world's on pause. Hey, now I can kind of get some of them businesses done. I can kind of fit this in now I can reach out to this person. So for us, our entrepreneur light bulb clicked off. So now when it clicked off, it's like, yo, now I got everything in one roof. I can go ahead and do this. But if you're not prepared for that, now you have to
Wow.
start from square one. What do I do? So now you're looking at yourself like, wow, something I thought was essential, I'm now told is not essential. So what if the
Right.
next move I choose to take is considered not essential as well? What if I'm back into the same boat? So now you're going back and you're having to, now you're over crossing your T's, you're over dotting your I's, because now
Right.
you don't know, but you don't want to be put back in that same predicament. Well, I can tell you, sis, you gotta, now this is the year of the entrepreneur. And if I tell everybody this now, I think the it's fear. Fear is a mother sucker. I'm trying to tell you, fear will
Yes,
prevent you from
it is.
doing what? fairer prevent you
Yes,
from
it
doing
is.
anything, girl. And I learned that the hard way. But I will tell you this. I will be very honest and say that the approaching something just like a job, and you're coming in and you're free spirited, you're free minded, that job has to train you to do what you do. Even though you may go in with math skills and they say, I know you know this, let me show you how we do it. There's still some
Right.
level of learning to that. Now, nowadays, the old traditional entrepreneur, it used to be either you're full-fledged entrepreneur or you're going to work a 9 to 5. Which one is it? Kesha, you can't be all
Right.
over the place. Which one is it? Rather, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be here, because back then, if it wasn't a white picket fence, a husband going from college to a job, you was considered a wild child. You're all over the place. You don't know what the hell you're doing.
Right.
But
Right.
now, the new entrepreneur, you could be a multipreneur. You can have several things going on. You can work a 9 to 5. You could be building a business at the time. You could just be elevating yourself into becoming
Right.
a full-fledged entrepreneur, and understand you're hearing it from me. That's okay. Before I fully let go, I have a 9 to 5, and I have several entrepreneur ventures that are very successful. So understand, before I even get to that peak where I have a certain financial goal,
Right.
I have a certain
Right.
savings goal. I have a certain mark
Right.
I need to be at to where I can then be like, boom, now let me elevate fully into entrepreneurship. This way I'm comfortable. And now I can take the steps that I took for somebody who is scared to jump out of, now that's considered a non-essential job, and jumping right into something, because we're going to feel essential, and jumping right into something that you create yourself. You create your own time. You create your revenue. You create that synergy. You put the people around you. The key word is you. Are you going to
Woo!
tell yourself, I'm not essential? Absolutely not. So create an environment that's going to respect you for your worth. Create and put people around you. Understand, manifestation is a mug. So if you're
Woo!
essential, which all of us are very essential, all of us are very talented. God has put all of us on this earth with 8
I
essential
do.
talents. And you are
Come on.
blessed if you figure how many or which one of those 8 talents you have. And if you get the opportunity to use all 8, sis, I need to meet you, because I'm in love with entrepreneurs. I'm always looking to learn. So understand, if you've discovered all 8 talents, reach out to me, because I need to meet you. I need to know how I can do mine. But
Right.
it's your year to create an essential environment for yourself. It's the year for you to create your revenue stream, you to create the foundation you want to do. That thought that was in back of your mind that sounded kind of crazy back then, it needs to sound real great now. And you need to partner yourself with entrepreneurs that have dove into this, that have transitioned into this, and write down some coaching tips. Because I know you've heard, Nicole, you teach it all the time, that there is no great leader that is too great to be coached to be greater. So understand that a lot of us, and I'm a Taurus, I'm a bullhead, understand that it's hard to sway me to do anything else. That I'm gonna tell you that straight up. But I'm never a great coach if I can't be coached to be greater. So understand that. So
Amen.
there's never, and you are essential. Understand you're very essential, but there's always somebody out there that can add some more essential to your essential. You know what I'm
That
saying?
can
That can help you
elevate
get even
your
bigger than what you were. Girl, you know me,
enhance.
I can preach on this all day long, but I'm telling you,
No, no, you
it's
have to, because we got a whole hour. So let me go into the next thing, because you said some essential things. Okay.
right.
So no, no.
Keyword
The
essential.
okay, you said 8 talents. And this leads back to me expressing to people, please actualize before you manifest. See, the reason
Absolutely.
why you can actualize, I mean, you can manifest the way you do, is because you understand your multiple in talents, your multiple talents, and you
Right.
know how to place them where they need to be. Now, you may not have exercised all of them,
Right.
but the key is you owned in on the ones you know. So you didn't allow
Absolutely.
fear to interrupt with what you actually know you can do
Right.
versus what you cannot do.
Right. Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
So this is what I need you to give the people, because we talked about fear, we talked about feeling non-essential, right? So how do they make sense in this season with getting income that's essential and multiple streams of income? How,
Mm.
what they need to be thinking like these entrepreneurs
Oh,
to
that's a
change
good one.
what they feel.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Thank you.
The key factor I can say is, It's what you need to first. A lot of times, if you're ever somebody who has had the opportunity, now a lot of us probably have, I probably could say it's a small percentage that have not tried some level of some type of multi-level marketing, some level of building some
Right.
type of business, whether it's weight loss products, whether it's credit repair, whether it's travel. You've tried something, you've dived into something because of something that somebody with influence has said, yo, girlfriend, you need to dive into this out of trust. However, understand that in that particular mind frame, you were open to try it. Why you were open? Because in your mind, of course, at the time, you had a backup income. So it was non-obligatory, so you had that essential. So that open, same mind frame you had, you have got to dive into looking at your talents. Pay attention, take a piece of paper. And the reason I gear towards this is if you've ever been coached or mentored by somebody who's gotten you into the business, the first thing they tell you to do is write down a list. I want you to write down a list of everybody you know. Write down a list of everybody that's important to you. And then we're going to go back and attack this list. And I want you to look at these people and tell me what people have are setting their foundation of home and income. So we've all been here. Do that with your
Right.
talents. Write down a list of your talents. This is what I know that, dang, when I did this, everybody was like, dang, Kesha, you should draw cartoon characters for a living. Dang, Kesha, man, I read that book and that book was fire. You should write books for a living. So all these things you go back and remember that somebody said, wow, or even you took some level of enjoyment doing. It could be making candles. It could be making t-shirts. It could be making posters. Whatever it is, understand it doesn't matter what the world thinks. You're born in the world by yourself unless you're a twin, but even twins don't come out together. They come out a minute or two apart. You know what I'm saying?
Come
So
through.
understand
Come
everything
through.
you approach with you. So stop factoring in what other people believe are your talents and factor in what Nicole or what Kesha feels or what you feel. I took some level of enjoyment doing this. I took some level of satisfaction doing this. And man, I didn't even think about it then. I made some money. I could have really made some money. I could have capitalized. Understand, there's people out there that write names on rice and are making millions of dollars. You understand how crazy that sounds? I remember I bought a
Right.
rice necklace that had Kesha with the apostrophe even written on it. And I was thinking to myself, how the hell did he get my name on this itty bitty piece of rice? So understand though, the concept is he didn't look at that as being a silly idea. He looked at that as, dang, I remember I did this talent. I didn't see it. Let me pursue this and see where it goes. And it ended up being $1 million business. So what I would suggest for you to do first is write down what you feel you took some level of enjoyment doing. Write down 8 things. It could be more than 8. I'm not telling you to ever limit yourself, but the first thing to zero in, just to kind of narrow it down to see how many different things have I tried that I like. Once you've zeroed in on those 8 to 10 things, it could be 15 or 20 things. Then what I would like you to do is number them in the order of enjoyment. Don't turn around and I like doing shirts. It was but dang, man, when I wrote that book, I had it touched me. I cried during the whole
Right.
time I did this book. When I changed so many lives when I did it, touch that talent first. Because understand the
Right.
rest of your talents can piggyback off of that talent. Because
Come
once
through.
people
Come
see,
through.
wow, yes, it can always do that. So pick something that it gives you that butterfly feeling. When we first meet that girl or dude that we just all booed up and we in love, that's that butterfly feeling. When that man touch us, girl, them toes curl, that talent need to make them toes curl. You know what I'm saying? And once you find that talent that make them toes curl, you're going to want that feeling. You're going to crave that feeling. So get that
Right.
feeling first. Then once you get that going, understand you don't have to nitpick what talent to try first. That was the old entrepreneur. We're not in them old days now. Now we're in the year of the entrepreneur. This is the year that it's free for you to be who you want. Man, let me tell you something. The new fit
Come on.
is an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? The new wave is an entrepreneur. What do you hear people say? Man, God, I can't wait till I can retire myself. Back then, it used to sound crazy for somebody to say that.
Right.
You wasn't at a job working your 40 years of your life, giving up
Right.
40% of everything you do only for when you're done and you're old and you're tired and you're beat up for somebody to say, you know what, Nicole? Man, we're going to give you 40% of your entire life back to you. And girl, ball out, sis. But by then you're so tired and worn out because you gave your entire self during that year of
Right.
you to this company that once they give you back just 40%, that's like telling you you're non-essential. Once they give that back, they're
Eh,
like, yeah, go ahead and do what you got to do. And understand, even some people that retire, that's not enough. They still struggle.
right,
They still can't buy food. So find that
right.
talent
I mean, back.
that curls those toes. Find that talent that when you look at it, all you do is smile. And that's the first talent that I would recommend, that you go out and then find somebody, a friend, somebody you've been watching. Honey, I'm not new to reaching out to any queen and jumping in her inbox and being like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Girl, you are out here killing it. I need some coaching tips. What do I need to do? Then
Right.
surround yourself with individuals you know are going to feed into you and start giving you tips, especially if they've done it before, to help you bring that goal into fruition. So that would be what I would suggest. Start writing down your talents. Look at those talents, and whichever one makes you smile, that you cannot sleep over, you cannot get out of your mind, you find some level of enjoyment. That's the talent you attack first. But understand, you ain't got to choose. You're just starting at one, and then you're going to go to two, then you're going to go to three, and then you're going to go to four. And then, of course, that's a whole nother subject. Then you got to get into time management, because that's going to factor in very important.
Yeah,
Somebody said something.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's what I was going. We have a little dialogue. We're gonna go back and forth and build off of one
Okay.
another. That's what I was about to say. A lot of people, what you're saying is so on point. So on point, because remember, I was your mentee in the platform that you was using to mentor your people. So that is so on point. You are so right. But this is what I understood, and this is what a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand.
Right.
You have to be willing to work on you. See, I understood that I was very emotional. I needed to handle my emotions, not to change from being passionate, but I had
Right.
to handle my emotions in order to elevate in
Right.
my vision. So what I'm saying to you is you're so on point. Entrepreneurs, y'all need to hear this, and I teach this. Before you can manifest anything, the reason why Kesha Tucker, anything she touches, it actually manifests, is because she understands how she needs to build her before she can bring forth anything
Right.
outside of her.
Right.
Do you agree, Queen?
Yeah,
Because if
absolutely.
you know building teams, you're a director, and everywhere you go, you hit PEC on a Rich Way platform, coaching platform that you were doing awesome and brought me in. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
that's
You
okay.
understand,
Shout out
because
Rich
I
Way.
truly,
Yes, definitely.
no, I have to say, I have to let people know what you said is so true. Mentoring is very important.
Right.
Okay. And
Right.
what that platform has done for me, okay, it woke me up to who I really was. And
Mm-hmm.
then what it did was it allowed me to examine just how much I was. Because
Yeah.
we could get caught up and be like, yeah, I'm great. But you don't want to be too much where people don't want to be down with you.
Yeah, they just like, come on now, because understand, you can only coach you. I tell a lot of people, and you said something that was so powerful, and a mentor told me this. You can only coach you to be the best version of what you feel the best version of you is, you know?
Amen.
And understand that if you live in your best version of you has not worked for you so far, that's when reality hits that allows somebody else. They say it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame, and that's so true. It's hard to tell how
It is.
vibrant those colors are when you are that color, but it's so easy
Right.
for somebody to be on the outside looking in and say, yo, queen, you're phenomenal. But if you just twist it like this, man, you will take off. So you have to understand that we can only, when you're so subjective to being coached by someone else that has levels of greatness in other areas that you have not even tapped into, you've condemned yourself as a leader. You're never going to have that full potential growth because you're not willing to absorb. In order for a flower to grow, it needs sun, it needs to be water, it needs food. There's a
Amen.
transition. In order for understand, when I start riding a bike, I fell a couple of times. I skid
Woo.
my body, I skid my knees, but understand I could ride a bike. Understand those people out there that are hitting them miles on those bikes, they fell a couple of times before they actually got up there and bam, I got it. So you are gonna
Come
fall.
on.
You are gonna skin your knee. You are gonna skin your body. It's gonna be ugly scars. It's gonna be failure. It's gonna be so many times. As long as you get up and understand that those scars will heal. I'll have to point out to you where I used to scrape myself riding a bike because you can't see
Right.
it. Why? Because as I've elevated, those scars have healed. So if you're
Come
not
on.
afraid, entrepreneurship is like learning how to ride a bicycle full-fledged. You're going to start off on training wheels, and that's okay. Nobody's judging you.
Amen.
You don't have to immediately take them off, because you're looking at yourself as, I'm grown. I'm a certain level in my life. I have to be at a certain level in order for people to respect me and feel that I'm for real. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're 50 and this is the first year of your entrepreneurship. This is the first year of you growing. Who cares? Your level of success is not measured on mine. It's not measured on Nicole's. It's not measured on your friends. It's measured on you. So as long as
Right.
you, when you're getting on that bicycle, as long as you are not afraid to fall sometimes, then in
Right.
entrepreneurship, you are going to be okay, because elevation has elevation. And as you elevate, you slope. And that's the same thing, and that's okay. But those are building your testimonies and your trials. So yeah, Queen, you're going to have me on here straight preaching, girl. But understand,
No,
yes,
you
as long
have
as
to
you
straight
understand
preach.
being coached, woo,
We have to straight preach. You have, this is, listen, I said I'm invading the frequency with the truth.
I love it.
I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And I'm telling them I'm
Woo!
on assignment. I'm on assignment. And I'm bringing through God's people. See, this is what they're not used to this. This is another thing I have to do. I have to show people what fearless look like. I
Right.
don't fear anybody. I'm a magnificent individual and
You are
mentor, and
definitely
so
fearless.
are you. And together we stand on the front line to do his work.
Woo!
Together.
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 I went to you. Let me explain something to you. I watch you move, and I watch how prosperous you are. Never have I looked at you and been like, oh, she's there. Why I didn't do, I should jump over there. I should run over there to TLC. I got to run over there. No, you know what I took from you? Perfect your craft.
Absolutely.
Do what you do. And I allow you to motivate me. Do you understand? So when you hit
Absolutely.
directly TLC, I was like, yes, good God. Could you be on my show? Could you?
Shout out to my team. They're phenomenal, but I appreciate you, Queen.
No, but that's the whole thing. You're phenomenal.
I appreciate
That's
you.
why your team is phenomenal.
I appreciate you greatly.
We have to respect and want. If we want to be phenomenal, you can't deny someone else being phenomenal, because how you going to know what phenomenal really
There you
is?
go. There you go. That's it. That's it. That's it. The route to being
You feel
open.
me?
Yeah, yeah. That's
Come
definitely
on,
it.
dive in. Whenever you feel you gotta punch it, dive in.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely. And I'm gonna tell you, Queen, it's been the most phenomenal journey. I can never say I have so many amazing mentors that are in my life, from, a lot of you should know him, from Romacio Fulcher to your Ricky Bennett's, to your Chris Holders, to your Nicole's.
Right.
These are people that, to your Kendra's, shout out to my sister Kendra Jones, a wonderful marketing guru. But these are people in my life that I humble myself for. I humble myself for, because each and every one of these individuals pours something different into me. Understand that each one of these individuals that I've named, that there's many, many more. Understand there's so many of you that are in my life, and I apologize if I didn't mention your name, but you know who you are. There's so many
Right.
of you that are in my life that have poured so much essential to me. And I remember, when I met Nicole, I was like, man, Queen, you are dynamic. You have just this energy that I've never seen in anybody else. Queen, I don't care what nobody say, don't change that. I don't care if people say, man, this girl is crazy with this energy and boo. I love it. Why? Because there's nobody else out there like you. There's nobody else that can bring
Amen.
that like you. There's nobody that can walk into a dark room and a light just comes on without a working light bulb. So
Oh, don't
understand
make
you're
me
that
cry.
energy. So this is the importance of getting that from you. Then I go over here and I got somebody who's good at investing. Then I go over here and I
Right.
got somebody who's good at mentoring, coaching. Then I got Romacio, who's good at building businesses and maximizing income. And then I got Kendra, who's good at branding and marketing. She's teaching me how to market myself. What am I doing?
Right.
I'm building onto my essentialness. The key word of today is being essential, because regardless if
Oh,
somebody thinks you're essential, you are. So your thing is, when somebody tells you that you're not, you boss up and show them that you are. I never go back and I never teeter-totter on any type of failure or mistake. I never go back and ask why. That used to be one of my downfalls, is I would spend too much time asking why. And a lot
Ooh,
of
come
times, if you
on.
get a coach or you get a mentor and they tell you, what is your
Oh,
why? There's a difference in saying, this is what my why is and why. You hear the vibes is different. What is your why? Kesha, what is your why and why? You know, there's two different
right.
energies. And I tell a lot of people, don't spend energy on the why. Why are you doing this, girl? Spend energy on this is my why. You know what I'm saying? Spend energy on the most thing that's going to bring you energy. And in order to do that, just like what Nicole said, you cannot be afraid to acknowledge somebody else is talented in an area that you really need. Man, if I add this to my essentialness, man, I'm gonna take off. And I'm gonna keep using the word essential because there's somebody out there. There's one of us that had a job that we've led for years, believing that in this job I am important. In this job I've sacrificed so much that I know for a fact if anything happened, my boss got my back. And you are awakened right now, and honestly, and there may be some bosses that want to have your back, but they just can't. But right now, you're feeling non-essential. Understand, sis, you are very essential. Understand that
Amen.
the year of the growth is now.
I love
The
her.
year of you not whining or not feeling bad because this person here that you've dedicated to. Everybody makes mistakes. We make love mistakes. We make financial mistakes. We make business mistakes. Understand there ain't a
Come
mistake
on.
you've made that somebody else has not made before. So don't harp on that. Now capitalize off that.
Woo,
How can
come
you make
on.
you feel essential? So now surround yourself with individuals that's going to build on your essentialness. Why? Because as soon as the world fully opens back up, you about to boss up on their ass and show them how
Oh,
essential
come
you really
on.
was. You see what I'm
Come
saying? You're going to
on.
boss up. So that's the
I'm
thing that
about
I
to run
love.
around this room. I'm about to run.
I'm
Yo,
telling
I
you.
got goosebumps, yo. Like,
I'm telling you,
this.
Queen. It's phenomenal because I have a lot of analogies that I tell a lot of people, and I look at what you're going through, and I tell a lot of people that in life, everybody knows I'm in health and wellness. The only way I know how to correlate this is with fruit. So when you get a banana, and this is how I approach it with life. When you get a banana, in order for you to eat that banana, you have to peel off the layers of the banana to get to what's inside. And a
Right,
banana really doesn't give you that much time to eat it. If you don't eat it within the first 1 to 5 minutes, what is the first thing that happens? It starts to brown. It starts to rot.
right.
It starts getting to the
Come
point
on.
where you don't want to eat it no more because you've had it open too long. So take that banana and now look at life. When we go through life, each scenario we go in, each situation you go in, that's pulling back a layer of your banana. And sometimes, instead of not looking at yourself as being the issue and looking at maybe it's the situation, we go to peeling away on ourselves. Okay, so what did I do wrong that I picked this situation and now I'm feeling non essential? Well, what did I do wrong that I pursued this business and this person felt, man, you're about to kill it. And dang, I don't let him down. I didn't kill it. Now we're peeling off another layer. Dang, I met this
Right.
man and man, this man is the love of my life. What happened? Why is he not with me now? Now you're pulling off another layer. And eventually you're so exposed, you start to rot. Your mental starts to rot. Your how you
Woo! You
feel starts to
better.
rot. Your whole thing starts to rot. And if you leave yourself exposed for so long, what happens with that fruit? You got to throw it away. Well, mentally, we
Oh,
throw ourselves away because now it's
come
going to take for
on.
somebody else to come back and say, girl, what happens when you throw food on the floor? They tell you that, and y'all don't front you, and within that first 5 minutes, you better pick that shit up. And I do it. You know what I'm saying? So understand it's going to take for somebody to come down and see, no, Queen, you still got 5 minutes. Pick that up and come here. That's the whole factor of
Right.
being open to allow somebody to tell you, sit down and enjoy eating that banana. Don't leave yourself exposed. Don't let yourself go in. I tell people that. So a lot of times you have to be able that once you peel them layers back, understand that within that first 5 minutes, take off. Don't let yourself rot. So it's crazy to me because I'm such a stickler on what you said. It's surrounding yourself. That's why I'm in the Black Businesswoman Network. I love that group. Wendell did phenomenal at setting a
Yes.
platform for a lot of. I met so many different women, so many creative women.
Yes.
I've been able to put a lot of women in coaching positions. I've been able to put a lot of women in that group in my business. It's just a surrounding a surrounding room of synergy and energy, and I love it. So shout out to Wendell for doing that for us. But I will say that individuals like that create a platform that they're not biased, because I've been in groups that are biased. You can't promote and do this and do that because technically I set up this group and I really just want you to look at my business. And so don't promote and scare people away from me. Why? Because they're afraid of their own expectations. I ain't never able. Understand that when you ride in a car, you're already conducted that I know I have to stay in this lane and the person on the left have to stay in that lane. And what happens if you veer to the other lane? Y'all gonna get in an accident. So understand that if somebody understands how to drive in their own lane, they're not afraid of what you're doing in your car in the opposite lane. They don't care because they know that you're mental. You're set to drive and y'all are set to drive with each other. And these are people who you need to put yourself around. People who are worrying about what's going on the opposite side of traffic, these are people you don't need to be around. Now, I'm not saying that you're too good for your friends, but I'm saying some friends are meant for separate seasons. And I know you've heard that. There are some friends you need to say, you know what, girl, I came to visit. I'm going to come back and visit you here in a minute. Let me go over here and visit this friend. There are certain friends that are meant for different elevations of your lifestyle. And as soon as you zero in on that, zero in on your talents, zero in on what in your life is taking too much energy away from you. Is it that love that's taking energy? Is it that job you thought you was essential in that now they're saying, sis, you ain't that essential? You know, whatever it is, you have to put that down and understand and trust the process that either you can come back when you get it together, but trust the process that it's okay to leave it there and go ahead and take care of you sometimes. So, you know, sis, you know, I could preach all day about this, girl.
Amen. I love it. I love it. And listen, this is why y'all have to really quick, Black Business Women Network. I love when God come through and confirm.
Yeah.
He said two. He said two. Boo, all I need is two. So listen, there's a live I did when we was in Houston.
Right.
No, New Orleans. We was in New Orleans when Kendra was doing her thing and we came to support her, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I did a live when we left. And the live was called Be Your Why. Okay, it was called Be Your Why. So now I'm going to fill in. So remember when Queen Kesha just said, "This is my why," and why? The reason why you have the why, because if you are never your why, you don't have a definitive reason.
You hear me? Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
I want to come up. If you are not, listen, let me explain something to you and allow us, okay, to pour in, because I love this queen. Y'all don't understand. I'm not letting you go. No, you got to know who's good for you. Because she the one calmly. I be like, She was like, sis, listen, you going to have to pipe that down, yelling at me like that. Yeah, because that's not cool, sis. I love you, but you're not going to be yelling at me like that. Like, we can't. And that's what allowed me to see you can't mishandle people you love.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
You cannot mishandle people you love. But this is the thing. That's because I'm my why.
Right.
That's why I tapped in and made sure I checked and correct myself. Not because I feel or not because I anything else. It's because I'm my why. And I love me that much that I want you because I love me. I know what you do for me.
Right.
So this is what I'm saying to y'all. Listen to what she's saying, because sometimes y'all hear things and it goes past. So I'm going to give you the machinery of what she's saying. Okay? How to work what she's saying to you, Queen Kesha. Be your why.
Be your why.
So you'll never question why.
Yeah, nobody
you will
can
know
ever
exactly
tell you if you're
why.
essential or not, because you're your why. You know you're important. You know you're it. You know, and what do we say? Excuse me, you know you the shit. So there is nobody else that can tell you how essential,
Amen.
how important you are, because you know you and you're doing it for you. You're doing it for your family. You're doing it. Your main reason why is because I enjoy it. I don't care what you think. Let me tell you, it ain't just the fact that I'm a Taurus and I'm bullheaded. I really don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. If I get something that I'm feeling a certain type of butterfly feeling about, I'm like, yo, this is me. This is it. I found it. This is my niche. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that, I'm going to take something from you and be like, yo, that energy you got, sis, is mad real. You've got to teach me that. You got it. But I don't care for you telling me that this should be, you know what, Kesha, you really shouldn't. Because, girl, I see you kind of do. I don't care about that because I'm I'm doing something that
Right.
I feel is satisfactory for me. I'm doing something that I enjoy. I'm doing something that I love. What I need from you is just the synergy that you have so I can incorporate it into something I love.
There you
You see
go.
what I'm saying? So understand that as long as you are the most important person to you, there should, if you woke up today like, yo, again, what am I going to do for day 3? Instead of saying, what am I going to do? Now write down, all right, let me get this action plan together. This is what I'm going to do.
There
You know what
you
I'm
go.
saying? So
There you go.
girl, it's a different type of, it's just different. You have got to have, I tell people, you've got to transition that energy. You've got to stop taking we spend so much energy on things that make us unhappy. You know, like I said, the loss of love, the loss of relationship, the loss of finances. These are things. And why? Because naturally we dread and are scared of these things happening so much that when they do, it takes a lot out of us. Now we're spending so much energy feeling sad, feeling down on ourselves. What are we going to do? And then once we get that thing that needs our energy, we're having to sit up here and now we're having to ship shape and tell ourselves, well, I got to work or I got to do this. I can't spend. Now you're trying to nitpick how much energy goes into something you love. Don't do that. Don't do that. Give a lot of energy on something you love, more energy than you give on something you hate, something you dislike.
Come
And
on.
watch how much growth you have. You know, watch how much seeds you harvest. Watch how many things you get done. When you wake up and you start your day off thinking about, bam, this is the goal. I never wake up. Understand, before I do anything in a day, and I'm telling y'all straight up, I naturally set myself to wake up 2 to 3 hours before my entire household. Why? Because I can plan out, what am I going to do for the day? I have people in my company that, yes, I'm so blessed that they follow me, but understand I
I don't
follow
mean
them
to,
too.
hold on, sis. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you got
No, you
people
good.
leaving and crying. Okay, I gotta tell you, Black Business Women Network, they going off over here. Just want to let you know
Are
that
they?
they going off. Okay, and people leaving because you got people in tears. Okay, but
Much love.
I
Much
want to
love.
say to you guys, real shout out to the Black Business Women Network. Um, don't worry about those tears. God count those. Because when
Count
he
them.
washes away, it's for a new garden to come up the next day. You
You hear
understand?
me?
So when he washes things away, he's preparing for something new. You get where I'm coming from?
Amen.
Abdul from Africa says, shout out to Kesha.
Hey, Abdul. How you doing, King?
If y'all have any questions for Queen Kesha, please, 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 please put them down here. We're gonna go with few Miss Mugs. We started a little late, but I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I wanted to let
No,
you
no, no,
know
no, no, no,
what
no.
the
You're
people
good.
were saying that niggas. I don't want them to think I'm ignoring them either.
And I can't see any
So,
of your comments, so understand I love you all.
no,
Understand there, like I said, there's some phenomenal women. And that's an understatement. And the group is led by a phenomenal king. And he's made a
yes,
platform that is so non-biased, that is so free, that is so open, that fits right within what I'm stating. Surround yourself by winners. And I know you guys have heard that they said that in Destiny, if you surround yourself by 5 millionaires, you're destined to be the sixth. Sis, if they nobody told you the truth, believe that, because that is so true. Because understand that you have got to surround yourself. And I've always told people, it does not mean I don't think I'm better than any of my friends. Understand, I
right,
don't care who that friend is. I value each and every person. Now I may come at you and be like, sis, we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? But understand, if I
right,
rocks with you, I rocks with you, because there's something
rocks,
about you I
right,
find is going to be essential to my growth. Go back to those friends that right now, it's not saying that, like I said, you're better than them. It's just saying right now, this is your season and it's not theirs just yet. You know, and you can, and it's
right.
something I learned very hard. Ray Higdon, very big in network marketing, very huge. If you have not seen Ray Higdon's, any type of his training, watch it. It will change completely your life, your manifestation, how you look at things. So shout out to him. But the power is, I used to be somebody that would push. You know what I'm saying? I'm that friend that'll push. No, sis, I always say, I don't want to eat. I don't want you to watch me eat. You know, the friends that come to your house that they got food and you're watching them eating, they may offer you some. I want to eat with you. I'm that friend that's going to bring it up for both of us. And you ain't never going to just watch me eat. We going to eat. And I always tell my friends, there's a difference between watching me eat and us eating. You see what
Us
I'm
eating,
saying?
come on.
And surround yourself by friends that are hungry. That's the best philosophy I can put it as. You have a friend that'll say, no, girl, I'm good. I don't need anything. I'm not hungry right now. Those are the friends that right now, since you're hungry and you eating, go sit with other people who are hungry and eating. Because
Eating.
why? That's going to help you eat all your food. because in life you deserve to get all your coins. Do you hear me? So if
Come
at
on.
any point in time that's the best philosophy to put it as, if that friend ain't hungry, that's okay. Offer food and sit with people who are. Because why? Those are going to people that are going to drive you to keep going. Those are people that every day you wake up, they're hitting some type of goal. They're making some
Come
type of
through.
finances. When me and Kendra talk, that's all we talk about.
No,
Man,
what?
sis,
That's me
by
and my
August, I'm
Kia.
getting my dream car. Man, sis, I got $100,000 saved on my screensaver. I got to manifest it. Man, sis, I'm going to do this. We drive each other. And why? That's like my coffee of the day. I don't even need real
Right.
coffee if I got ambition coffee, motivation coffee. If y'all ladies are feeding me, that's all the caffeine I need, because y'all are going to drive me.
Amen.
Now, that friend you got that wasn't hungry when you started now sees, dang, sis, what you got over there smell real good. You know what I'm
Good.
saying? Dang, what you over there cooking up? Can I get some? Now that's the year you
No,
go back to that friend and say, yeah, let me make you a plate. So understand,
no,
I'm
I
never
know
saying
I'm
leave
sorry,
people.
friend.
You hear me? I'm
No
saying
play.
feed them when they're ready. Feed them when they're ready.
Because you know
Because
what
do you
it is?
force
This is
yourself
what
to
I want
eat
to
when
say.
you're not hungry? Go ahead.
This is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. And I love you for this. Some friends, we gonna have to be careful when they see, they smell, and they only come when it smells good.
Ooh, say
Come
it again. Say it again.
through. I said, come through. I said, you better be careful of them friends that only come through when it smells good. Cause
Right,
see,
right.
that's why like I'm the one. I get out my kitchen, don't come, because it's like this. I don't only protect me, I protect whoever God sends to me.
Amen.
So if I let somebody come in when it only smells good, we all
Mm,
affected.
you
One
hear me?
bad apple truly spoils the bunch.
That is so true. That is so true.
Right?
And if you correlate
So
that
we
to preparing food and not being prepared for that unexpected guest. You know, that person
come
that you
through,
are right only comes around when stuff smells good, only comes around when there's food on the table. When you're down to your
come,
last two pieces of bread, you don't hear from that person. When you're needing peanut butter and jelly, that person don't come by offer no peanut butter and jelly, but they sure come by when that spaghetti and that bread and them vegetables on that table, they ready to eat. Those are the friends
yeah,
that I'm also saying you got to leave them back in their season for right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not your job to feed everybody. And that's I had to learn the difference from, I would always be scared that God ain't gonna bless me if I don't give. But
right.
Queen, you touched on something very powerful, because I was that person that had that factor in my head mixed up so much. I didn't understand. I couldn't decipher being used and God using me.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? So
come
I battled with that for so long that I allowed myself, like you said, that them people that only came around when the meals was on the table, the people that only came around when the sun was shining, ain't come around when it was raining and I was down to two pieces of bread and I needed a friend to come over and offer me some peanut butter or jelly. And I like them both. So understand, I don't care which one it is, as long as you offer something. They didn't come around until that time. You see what I'm saying? So
right,
by then, I
right,
felt to
right.
myself, well, dang, if I don't come through, will God bless me? You know, and so I got to a point where I started letting people use me for my talents, use me for my spirit, use me for my time, and they use me until they drain me dry. And then what happened? I was thirsty.
You
I needed help, and I didn't have any of, like I said, I had two pieces of bread and I ain't had no peanut butter or no jelly. And that was one friend I
right.
couldn't call. So
Woo, come
understand
through.
that,
Come on.
yes, you got to learn being used and being
Come on.
used. You know what I'm saying? And once you can decipher that it's okay, there is a good selfish and a bad selfish. Being selfish
Right.
with your time,
Amen.
being selfish with your talents, putting a dollar sign on your worth. Understand that same friend that's hitting up that inbox saying, well, damn, girl, we've been knowing each other for this long, I can't get a discount on your product, will be that same friend that'll turn around and go to Amazon or a website and pay $200 and not question a manufacturer they ain't never met in their life about paying for a product.
Amen.
Why? Because they don't know that person. So understand, you are your value. I'd rather have 5 friends that see my value than 20
Right.
friends that I'm still trying to get to work to see the value. You set your value. So understand, don't never go to a friend or a family member and depreciate your value, because you're assuming that that friend, which is that value you've created for yourself, This is all they're going to see I'm worth. I know they ain't going to pay that. If that's how you got to feel, you need to leave that friend behind. And you need to
you
get you
come
with
on.
5 friends that won't question your
Come
value. Because
on.
why? Because you're essential. I told you, key word of the day is being essential. And you need to
Keyword
surround
of the
yourself by
day.
individuals that feel your essentialness.
Okay, so what happens is later on today, I'm going to put up the keyword. If somebody remembers the keyword at the end of today, at around 8 o'clock, when I put up a post, what's the keyword for today? And whoever's watching, get the keyword, you're gonna get a Stay Motivated shirt and mug.
And I'll throw in
For free.
a package of TLC IAs or weight loss tea. I definitely will. So understand, I'm always willing to pay attention, elevation and growth. That is a stickler for me. So Queen, definitely, whoever that is, reach out to me. And I got a whole bunch of those on deck as well. So anyone, just let me know what flavor you need, and I got you as well just for that, because that is something that is so essential. You are essential. You are important.
Amen.
You matter. Your gift is important. Your talent is important. You are important. So when you wake up in the morning, it's important to feel I am essential. I am important. What can I pour of
Amen.
myself? The world is lucky to have me. I wake up every morning and tell you the world is lucky to have me, baby. I don't care if I just woke up
Listen,
and drank a cup of coffee, baby. You lucky I woke up and opened my eyes today, because you need me.
sis.
These are the thoughts that I have. So there's never no one that can come in after me and tell me I'm not important. There's never nobody that can
Okay.
kill my spirit or my drive, because I wake up and I know
Okay.
I'm essential. Yes, Queen. Pour it.
Listen.
Girl, you got me up here
Listen.
hot and
No,
blazing.
no, 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 no. You got to. You have to. Because I put a post up. I said, I don't brag. I just celebrate me out loud. I'm
Amen.
not cocky. I just know
Amen.
my worth. Like,
Amen.
listen, and this is the thing. When I get up, I say thank you. I look in the mirror, I'll be like, I love you. Listen, I love me down to my stinking drawers. And they don't stink, I'm just saying. But I love me. No, I
Yes.
love the core, everything right and everything wrong. And see, that's what people are missing. I have a question for you, and then we come up on the end of the hour.
Okay.
One young lady said, she said, hold on. It's when you're no, hold on. They coming through, Kesha. They wait. I gotta go
Oh,
all
I
the way
love
back.
y'all.
They coming through. Hold on. She asks, it's when you're up, when you know my words. Okay, but where is she? I'm trying to find her question. Keo had a question. She had a question, Keo. She had a question. I really want to ask this question because it was a good question. It really, really was. And I hope
If
okay.
she's
I
still
just
watching,
want to know.
post it. You find it.
I just want to know, what was the most difficult moment in managing business for you?
Oh, girl, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I
Thank you,
kind of
Keo. Thank
vaguely,
you.
it's a beautiful question, and an amazing question, because a lot of people fear to ask that question. It's easy on the eyes. You know, a lot of time people say, I ain't gonna lie, we're all human. But an attractive, fine person is so much, what do we call that? Eye candy. But then when we look
Yes.
at that person that we feel is a little bit physically looking challenged, and we're human, I ain't saying nobody ugly, but we get to that other person that, let's just say, they don't have the attributes that attract us. And we don't even want to look at that person. We treat that person kind of different than we treat that person that is so easy on the eyes. So that's just like how failures are. So I will say that time, I kind of vaguely touched that before. For me, it used to be time. It used to be
Okay.
managing my time effectively. I had all of the right strategies that I knew I needed to do. I knew exactly what company I wanted to launch. I knew I wanted to live a laptop lifestyle. I knew I needed to create an environment. I knew that underneath this business umbrella, this was going to be my main company's umbrella. I knew this for a fact. I knew this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to do. But the only factor I didn't
Right.
know, well, how am I going to plan all of this stuff around? And I'm going to tell you how that
Woo.
fuses into the pandemic in an entrepreneur mind frame. When the world is going, that's an easy excuse for us. Because why? In our mind, we will say we ain't got enough time. When you cut yourself, it don't hurt until somebody say, girl, why are you bleeding? And then you look down and be
What?
like, what you mean, why am I bleeding? And then all of a sudden it starts to hurt. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it used to be time for me, Queen. I didn't know how to manage time here, 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 and here. It was like I was all over the place. I wanted everything to be so successful that I felt like, oh my God, I got 24 hours in a day. I've got to pour this amount in here. And I was all over the place like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm going to tell you the one thing that helped me the most, and I'm not playing when I say this. Some people put out formulas and they are not a preacher of their practice, but I am solely a preacher of my practice. The 168-hour exercise. That is a great, phenomenal time management. I will not take them away from that. My mentor, Ricky Bennett, in The Rich Way taught me that. That is where I honestly first learned that. As far as, because I was a person, he said, well, tell me all of the things that you spend your time on. And I was like, oh, I ain't got time. This was before I hit PEC. Oh, I ain't got time to be doing all this. I got to go, I got to do this. And I ain't got time to be doing this. I ain't got time to go through all this. And he was like, all right, well, if you ain't got time, let me see it. Let's put it down on paper. And I always tell you guys, start writing something down on a sheet of paper so you can actually see. It's a difference in seeing it in your head, and it's a difference in seeing a blueprint. When people build a home, you got to have a blueprint. Understand there's not going to be a builder out there that's going to build a home without a blueprint. Your life is your blueprint. So you got to see the blueprint in order to know where the rooms are going to go, how long the hallways are going to be, what dimensions is going to be this, how elevated is a home going to be your blueprint. So this is where the first part in mapping out how am I going to do this is going to happen. For me, you know, I'm a stickler on my product. I use a journal. It doesn't matter what business journal you use. I'm just a stickler on mine. However, get a journal, get a piece of paper, get a notebook. It don't matter.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Where you get that journal from? Whoa.
I'm sending you one. You know what? I got a whole package of them. Actually, Kendra Jones did this. Phenomenal. But it is a blueprint, a business blueprint that got everything sitting down from how you're going to take your notes on your business. How are you going to build your business? What are your daily goals? What are your new ideas? And it allows you to capitalize on your business plan. It don't matter if it's a business journal or a white sheet of paper as long as you got something written down. So I will tell you,
I need to invest.
Hours. Say it again.
I need to invest. Really,
girl, I need to invest.
No, but I'm still investing.
You know, I got my black seed oil and I love it. So understand, throw you one. So send me your address again and I got you for sure.
Absolutely. We coming up on the end of the hour, guys. We coming up on the end of the hour real quick. I want to say, yes, if you have time management problems, get to Kesha Tucker, but I want to invite you on the B Institute platform. Stay motivated for my people and my members to teach a time management class. Right? If you want to use your book, use your book to teach through your book. If they purchase your book, they could come through, get a class, and get a workshop. It's more like a workshop. Me and you could talk about that afterwards.
You know me, I'm always ready.
I also want to give a shout out to Ricky Bennett. I really do. I really want to give a shout out to Ricky Bennett. I in my order, Kesha, then Ricky changed my life. But the one thing I want to say about Ricky is, if you ever coach with him, he's not for everybody. You have to have tough skin, because that man's is going.
That will skin. I'm telling you, will skin the skin off of you and help you grow it back. If that's the best way to say it.
I appreciate that. When I was in the fire, and see, one thing about me, I push back. So it was crazy. But what I loved, okay, and I'm not going to take this away from anybody. This is another thing. You got to give people their props, okay? I don't care what the hiccups are. If somebody was good for you, talk about that. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about all the goodness he was to me and show y'all why God was in the midst and why he put me in there for that short amount of time.
Amen.
We got into the most on the phone. Okay, I left the program. He said, listen, come out to Houston. Let's talk. Let me tell you something. CEOs don't do that. When somebody feel they got a business and they don't really need you, they don't really take time to understand you.
Right.
That man took the time to understand me, regardless of what happened after that. Okay. So I just want to let y'all know, no, I'm not still there, because I was there for a season. God had me there for a particular reason. I had nothing to do with him. It had nothing to do with my mentor, who you are speaking to now. It had nothing to do with both of them. I hope they understand now what God was doing with me. They
Absolutely. Elevation
motivated,
sis.
understand? And I want to
Elevation
say,
growth.
because of Kesha, because of Richway, because of Ricky, what God wanted me to do, stay motivated, mental astuteness, okay? Because God don't want me to be a life coach. He didn't want me to be all that. Mental astuteness, right? It was because of them. Those three, those two rather, and the platform. That's why I said three. Those two people in that platform. So I just want to give you your flowers now, and I'll find a way to give them his flowers. But please, before we go, give them your handles. Let them know how they can get in touch with you, and then we'll
Absolutely.
exit.
Absolutely. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. You guys, you always have a platform to get to me. If you find my Facebook page, understand I'm always willing to network with amazing queens. You can definitely find it. You spell my name KE''SHA. Last name Tucker. Definitely find me. If you're on Instagram, my Instagram username is Beautiful Bad Fit. All together, find me. Understand I love networking. I love meeting queens. I love having you around. Understand, like I said, synergy is energy. So the only way that we can elevate is up, and the only way that we can go up is together. So understand,
Amen.
I'm never going to be a weight. I'm never going to have a weight that's going to hold me down. I always want queens to help lift me up. So definitely reach out to me. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Any questions you have about anything we've talked about, if time management, you want me to elaborate a little more, queen, what do you mean by that? Reach out to me. Let me know. I'm definitely here.
Amen.
And Nicole, thank you so much for creating a platform. I've always said you have that so unique about yourself that you allow people to get on platforms and be themselves. You don't care what other people think. You're a no judgment zone. And this right here is phenomenal. It gives people time to anchor their talents and to share your energy. So Queen, hats off to you. Keep growing, keep prospering. I'm watching. I'm so proud
I
of
love
you.
you.
And the only way you can go is up from here.
I love you, and I love you,
you
and I want to
too.
say thank you for dealing with me seriously,
Oh, my
because I'm
pleasure.
not an easy pill to swallow,
Oh,
but
I ain't
I'm
going
good for you.
nowhere, girl. You can't run me off.
So thank you so much. I'll be speaking to we'll catch up later so I could get my book. Listen,
Okay.
make sure y'all go get that book because we'll be doing a class with that book. So I'm telling you now, get
I
the
look
book.
forward to it. I look
Okay.
forward
Love
to
you,
it.
Queen.
Love you.
Thank you. Wasn't that a conversation? Good God. We done went over 45 minutes. I want to say thank you all for coming through. You know, I have no hate in my blood. I'm surrounded around some great people. Amen. Amen. And they bring value, I bring value, and together we are valuable. Glory. So know that I'm all about mental astuteness. So know that everything that I come in here and teach, I'm telling you, successful people have. The only difference is that I am on assignment and I have the provision from the Most High to your vision of greatness. Amen. So you actualize to manifest. Good God. Thank you to Kesha Tucker, Laptop Lifestyle, a serial entrepreneur. She is director in TLC, first PEC on the Richway platform. She is #1 in her credit company. You know, she runs her, she takes care of her family. Listen, it doesn't get any better than that. I want to say I love you guys. Let's take this thing out here. Let's take this thing out here. Yes, oh good God. I'm going to say hi to the people.
Playing from iPad.
Hey. Tasha Gilmore. Thank you, Boo. Hey, Catherine Scott. Hey, Keo. Yes. Jasmine. How do you launch a new product without looking like you're all over? Oh, Jasmine, I missed your question. Jasmine, I got you. I got you, Jasmine. Don't worry about it, okay? And make sure you get in touch with Kesha Tucker. We got you, Jasmine. Nakia. Is it you? Is it me? Is it me? Say it's us. And I agree, baby. Hey! Anything you want. You deserve it all. Yes, give it to you. Oh, you shining so bright. God, great. girl, you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky girl, you, that's what I like. That's what God telling you. Say, Lord. Great show. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. Thanks to everybody that came through. Misha. Hey, Misha. Here I am, baby. Yes, I'm just trying to say hi to everybody. Hopefully, I got everybody. Elaine, I love y'all. It's the great motivator, invading your frequency with the truth. Make sure you here at 1 o'clock, baby. It's a mentality at 1 with the Queen, John D. John D Design. Let's go. Right here on my page, it's at the Great Motivator. Hey, at the Great Motivator. Take care. Hey.